All right, Oval fans. Now, this is more of a sensitive topic, so I want to make sure I'm clear and not trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. But I do feel like this is something that should be talked about. Now, I honestly wanted to talk about this prior to the promo being released on social media for this upcoming episode of The Oval, I believe entitled Season 3, Episode 8, One Rule. And we have Hunter offering Sharon $800,000 in a new apartment in exchange for Sharon coming to see Hunter whenever he wants to. Now, before this last week's episode, I was reading some comments in regards to Hunter and what he's been doing with Sharon or plans to do. And Kareem said it best, and I agree with the bastard for like the first time in the show, that this is a presidential predator. Some people actually compared what Hunter's doing to the likes of Sharon and Ellie to, the times of slavery when slave masters would like select, some of the black women that were slaves and, rape them and do whatever they wanted with them. And the same, it could almost be true of Hunter, where that comparison, after, looking up some disturbing details, I mean, like they say, they really don't teach a lot of black history in schools. When they talk about slavery, they only cover the basics. White people owned slave plantations, Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. You might talk about Harriet Tubman or, dang it, what was his name? The one slave that actually fought back when he was being beaten. Was it Nathaniel? I feel bad because I actually every time my nephew has a book in the bag, basically a book from school to bring home to read. We've read at least 3 books on black history, and I feel ashamed for not remembering the guy's name. He was getting beat by his master, but he stood up and punched him. And then after that, he never got beaten again. So I apologize for not knowing my black history like that. Sorry. But essentially, black women were raped by their slave masters. And to be honest, when you look at Hunter, from Denise to Ellie to now trying to get Sharon, is ridiculous. Now, and I'm not saying these women deserve it, but with Denise and Ellie, it seemed to be somewhat of a control thing. Well, Ellie thinks she has some control, but that's not the case here. Denise, apparently her and Hunter been getting it on for a while. But Sharon, she's definitely being signaled out, harassed with all the phone calls. And you even have Hunter telling Kyle to bring Sharon back by any means necessary. And you saw the scuffle they got into at the pharmacy. So essentially, if you look back at plantation times, this was the equivalent of one of like the slave, the slave watchers or supervisors being told by the master, hey, go out to the field, bring me that woman right there. No matter what, bring her in here. And then she fights back, and then she's escorted into the house. So then from there, the slave master can do what he wants with her. And prior to the promo talking about how, the end credit trailer was like Hunter saying, I like you. Sharon's like, just because you're the president doesn't mean you can do this to me. And then, of course, once I saw the official promo, he's like, look, $800,000 in a new apartment, and see me whenever I want to see you. So you could almost say that if he's a slave master, it's like, ooh, look at that. The slave master is giving Sharon a room in the white man's house. And as long as it's a booty call whenever he wants to, she can stay up in here. I don't think I like where this is going. And I'm not even talking about the whole, ooh, what if Victoria finds out? What if Jason tries to do to Sharon what he did to Jean? I'm not even worried about that. I'm trying to look at the message that Tyler's writing is sending here, because I know that he based some of the things of the Oval on, real life events. Like, is this supposed to be the whole, like, Trump grabbing by the you-know-whats or something along those lines? But I don't really like where this is going. Even if I didn't see the promo for this upcoming episode, I'd still feel the same way I feel now, where you just look at how Sharon was abducted to, do whatever Hunter wants. Now, we don't know for sure what's going to happen. We don't know if Victoria is going to burst into the Oval in the midst of their quote-unquote meeting. We don't know if Sharon's going to accept the offer, but let's just be completely honest here. Even if Sharon, rightfully so, wants to fight back and say no to this, he's going to flex and abuse his power to get what he wants. So it's hard for me to keep an open mind with this in order to see how things play out. But I don't know what Tyler Perry was thinking when he wrote this. Now, I mean, I'll give it a couple episodes. I'll see what happens because this is episode 8. If I'm not mistaken, episode 10, 11, 12, that will be the mid-season finale. I'm going to assume the show is going to go on a break, even if it's only for like a month or so. I just wanted to get your thoughts. Like I said, I know it was a sensitive topic to talk about, slavery, rape, and whatnot. But when you look at all the actions that Hunter has taken, the moment he saw Sharon, oh, look at you. Let me give you a phone number. Let me get a selfie. Yeah, this dude's a predator. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think I was a bit too heavy-handed? But like I said, I've been reading comments, and there have been people who have actually said this is giving them slave master, slave rape vibes. So you just let me know. I just feel like Tyler, man. I know like there are people who don't watch Ruthless because it's like, Tyler, what the hell are you thinking? And there are other storylines that they do, he's done in other shows that have people going, Tyler, what are you projecting out? But for this particular storyline, I really want to know what the hell's going on. Like, I know in real life, the sex trafficking and whatnot, people being men and women being abducted and put into sex trafficking, but the freaking president, let's see where you're going with this, Tyler. Like, I'm afraid to go to the end of the road to see where this story is going, but yeah, chime in below. Just chime in below, because I don't even feel comfortable talking about this no more. Like and subscribe, donate if you like on PayPal, Cash App. But see, I feel like this kind of broke me here. This just talking about this shit broke me, because now I'm just thinking about the fight between Sharon and Kyle at the pharmacy with a completely different context than when I had the first time. Where the first time I watched, I'm like, how the hell is Sharon beating this guy? To the second time I watched him when I did the video saying, oh, based off the way the fight played out, it makes sense. And then, of course, her saying, hey, I'm holding back. But then when you look at it from the context of slave master picking out a slave to go into the house with him, this shit's dark.